I recently started a small challenge for myself where I would start off throwing a 1 kilogram moon jar and then adding a kilogram each time until I reach 3 kilograms. In my latest video, I shared with you the process of throwing the 1 kilogram moon jar, which was doing some serious belly dancing at one point, but I managed to fix some of the unevenness and it turned out okay, so accepted it. Now it's time to move on to the next stage, attempting the 2 kilogram one. It was the hottest day of the year so far in London, and all humans and cat were gathered in the downstairs area of the studio to take in some of this spring/summer vibe. I had just finished doing some trimming and thought I would give this challenge a go before wrapping up for the day. One of the benefits I've found when making these videos is getting the chance to review the footage, which means I can see how I perform on the wheel. When we start learning a new craft, it's always easy to introduce bad habits without noticing. For example here, when I look back at this, I'm just thinking, Miss, what are you doing, letting the clay control you like that? Anyway, my point is that sometimes when we're learning a new craft, it's really easy to unconsciously introduce some bad habits, and sometimes recording yourself in action can really help identify these. You don't need to share this video with anyone, you can just use it personally to identify your problems and look for places to improve. One of the good things about working with large amounts of clay is that it's really easy to center it again if it goes off center when you open it up. Thankfully, I think my centering's okay today. Here I'll be using the sponge to pull up the walls. Normally I prefer using my knuckles and my fingers just because I can feel the clay better. But using a sponge when you're working with large amounts of clay does make it easier. I'm also pretty happy with my pulling today. The cylinder's not flaring that much at the top. Maybe things are just good when the sun's out. walls have been pulled up, I can now push out the belly to form the moon jar shape. I'm moving at snail pace here, but I really think I could actually go a lot faster. I think I'm just scared of pushing everything off center. At this point, I've managed to introduce quite a wobble at the top half of the vessel, probably through removing my hands too abruptly or just not keeping my hands steady enough when shaping. I really should have gone to fix this before trying to put in the rim, but I had gone straight into it, so eventually this happened. Now the only way to fix it is just to cut off the rim and then reform it again. It just means that now I'll have a wider rim. Overall, I'm really happy with what I made today. I definitely prefer this shape compared to the one I did for the 1 kilogram. There are so many variations to the moon jar shape, but I'm definitely taking a liking to the one that is a bit more wider at the top half of the vessel. This also brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, subscribe and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.